When somebody speaks a language, we translate it into our mother tongue to understand. Please stop doing that from today. When you listen to English, please listen and understand only in English, not a translated version. Will you try this? Second point, listening. When we listen to anything, we listen only for the meaning. We don't listen for the language. When I'm talking to you, all of you are listening to the points I'm making, how important English is, how to listen. You're able to understand the meaning, but meaning is not important for improvement. For improvement, what's important is language. What we require is language. When we listen for the first time, only the meaning comes. When I'm speaking to you, only the meaning becomes clear. So, when you're practicing listening, please listen to the same passage again and again. The same passage, not a different one. You have many speeches here. Listen to those speeches in English repeatedly until they become a part of your memory. God has given us a supercomputer. It's called the head-top computer. Not a desktop, not a laptop, but a head-top. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. How much space is inside? Endless GB. I can't even count. Not 30 gigabytes, not 50 gigabytes. Endless space. In that space, you can create many files for English. Now, start creating some files for English. Create one named English Listening. Listen every day and store it in your mind by listening again and again. These days, we have so much technology. 10 years ago, we didn't have so much, but now you can record anything good you hear. All of you have cell phones. Record it, listen to it 10 times. Today, when I go to my MA class, you know how high-tech Osmania has become? As soon as I enter my class, 20 phones are on the table recording my lecture. The students go home, listen 10 times, and write the exam. This is how technology helps us learn language. Whenever you listen to good English, record it on your cell phone. If you're recording songs, record some English songs. The best way of learning a language is by learning its rhythm. Many of you participate in Antakshari. Even if you don't know Hindi, you sing. My students sing 500 Hindi songs from memory without knowing the language. How did they learn? That's how English is learned. It's called learning by imitation. Do you know what imitation means? It means doing what somebody else is doing. Suppose on the road, a vendor is selling plantains. What does a small child do? In the same voice and tone, the child repeats, because the child is learning to speak. Now, we should become like those children. We should imitate good English whenever we listen. So, I gave you 2 points about listening. One is listening to good, correct English. The second is listening to the same passage repeatedly. This is what you need to do every day. Can you do that? Only a few can do it every day. You have to listen. Now, you've put up Swami Vivekananda's 150th anniversary. If you go to the Ramakrishna Math, you'll get CDs of Vivekananda's speeches. You can buy one for 20 or 40 rupees, and that's enough for 6 months. You don't need to buy anything else. Take a 1-hour CD, listen to just 5 minutes every day, but listen to those 5 minutes 10 or 20 times until that excellent English becomes a part of your memory. Language is learned by imitation. Listening for language, not just content, and listening repeatedly. If you do these 2 things, your English will improve. Do you know why we cannot speak English? Do you know why those students spoke so beautifully? Why I was clapping all the time they spoke? But they didn't speak in English. There are only two reasons. One, they never practiced English. They practiced Telugu. That's why they speak beautiful Telugu. Their minds are full of ideas in Telugu. So we don't need more ideas, meaning, or subjects. We need language. Listening will give you the language. The second thing listening gives you is correctness. Today, we hear a lot of English that's not very good. Every week, I go for interviews. Sir will know. All the colleges in the Twin Cities call us as experts to interview English lecturers. They're going to teach English in engineering colleges. I find that, although they have wonderful marks, 70% they can't speak fully correct English. They speak very stylish, very accented English. You'd hear it and think, oh, wonderful English, but they make mistakes. So when you listen, your correctness also improves. When your teachers taught you in class, you may not have learned to make your English correct. Now you have to change. In the morning, as soon as you get up, just as you do puja and bathing, please also do English. Can you do that? Listening every morning. We start with Vishnu Sahasranam, but now your Vishnu Sahasranam is English speech. What did Krishna say? That whatever you do, you must do efficiently. If you've come to impact, then learn efficiently. Impact is going to make your life. It's going to make you successful. Therefore, don't just sit here for 12 days, congratulating and saying, "Oh, sir, you are excellent," and then go home and forget everything. Don't let that happen. Starting from the 13th of May, begin 1 hour of practice, listening to good English, listening repeatedly, and listening for improvement. When you listen, your English improves. This is called a foundation skill. If you want a big building, you need a strong foundation. For your communication, listening is the foundation. Now there's one more foundation, and that is reading. Are you not reading English all your life? Is there anybody here who doesn't know the ABCs? All of you know the English alphabet, yes or no? Then why is it that we don't read anything? Whenever you are asked, "What do you see outside?" you don't pay attention to the posters around. How many of you have read those posters in the last 8 days? When something is in print, our eyes gloss over it. Don't be like that. Read everything you find in English. But reading once is not enough. Read repeatedly. Let me give you an example of Vivekananda. Have you read anything by Vivekananda? Everybody says, "Madam, please give me a dictionary for learning vocabulary." You don't need a dictionary. Read the life of Vivekananda. It is so beautifully written that you will learn vocabulary. You could pass your GRE or GMAT exam if you read that. It's so well written. There are 2 volumes called The Life of Vivekananda by his Eastern and Western disciples. If you read those 2 volumes, your English will become excellent. But reading doesn't mean reading just for an exam. You know how you read for exams. You learn it by heart. Indians are very intelligent. Please remember, the whole world tells us that Indians are intelligent. But the whole world also says another thing, that Indians are very lazy. We know everything, but we don't practice anything. Now, when you read a passage, any book, read it repeatedly. Read it again and again. Even if it's just 1 page, read it 10 times. The first time, read for meaning. The second, third, fourth, and fifth times, read only for language. Look at how sentences are constructed and how the language is used. This is what we require because simple mistakes in English can prevent success. Either do it well or don't do it at all. Then you might say, "We will not work in English. We will only work in Telugu." Unfortunately, when I ask my students, "Okay, tell me in Telugu," they say, "Madam, we don't know good Telugu either." So, what do you know then? Indians have the capability to learn languages excellently. 5 to 6 languages, it seems. Are you Indians or not? Is this enough? No, it's not. Show the qualities of being Indian. We have so many capabilities. English is just one more. So either learn English very well or decide not to work in any job that requires English. But if you decide to work only in Telugu, then your Telugu must be excellent, which also seems doubtful these days. Therefore, what all of you need is listening and reading as the foundation for your knowledge of English. But the listening and reading you did in the past are not enough. If you read and listened every day, your English would improve.